Yo, welcome back to the channel. Coming with a quick video for y'all while I'm on my way to the gym. You know what I mean? I got two of my guys actually fighting tomorrow night. This is a Friday as I'm making this video. And I got two guys fighting on Saturday night, November 2nd, 2024. But I want to come to a quick video and I want to talk to y'all today about amateur fighters. And I want to talk about even pro fighters. I want to talk about the delusional ticket seller. The delusional ticket seller. Okay? Now, those who follow boxing know that when you first get started, of course, you want to fight in your hometown. You want to get the buzz going on, you know, your name going. So, in the amateurs, what promoters will have you do is you got to sell tickets. You got to sell tickets for the event. You're not getting paid as an amateur, you know, unless you got sponsorships and other little deals on the side. But as far as the fight go, you're not getting paid. But if you want your crowd to show up for you, you got to sell tickets. Because normally in the amateurs, promoters are not selling tickets. That's all on the fighter. Okay? And me personally, like I say, I got all respect for young fighters, even older guys who can get in that ring and risk their lives for their future and to entertain other people. But there's a big but. A lot of fighters or wannabe fighters, pretenders, they would get caught up with the buzz that they're so great all because they can sell tickets. They get this false illusion in their head that they're the best thing since life's bread because they can sell tickets to their family members. They can sell tickets to their neighbors, to their co-workers. And you can have a young amateur fighter can sell 100 tickets in a venue, and all of a sudden he think he the man, you know? And the local promoter will get with the matchmaker and basically line the young fighter up. Something buzzing out here today. But what the promoter would do, would get with the matchmaker, and he would tell the matchmaker to line the fighter up. Basically, he got a 99% chance of winning. Even in the pro games, you know? That's why you see when like young fighters first get started, they start off with 4-round fights, and they'll have maybe about up to 10 fights or 4-round fights. And when you go on boxrec.com, you'll see that, you know, the young guy who's a ticket seller, they'll get somebody in here maybe 0-10, somebody, you know, 0-5, 0-2, who don't have a long amateur career. So what they're doing is they're giving the hometown kid the advantage to win, you know, which everybody got to go through a learning process. Where I'm not knocking that hustle at all, because we all got to learn. But I'm just talking about the delusion of it. How a lot of young fighters, they would get so caught up with the hometown crowd, and they might get a knocked out somebody who's supposed to be knocked out, somebody who don't belong in that ring with them, and then they'll start having this illusion in their head that they a champ. You know, they start walking around all arrogant, all cocky. You can't tell them nothing, you know? And they're so caught up with the buzz, and they forgetting that they brought that opponent in here to lose. It's not that the ticket seller was such a good fighter. He just know how to sell tickets, you know, put the butts in the seat, and he did his part by knocking the guy out, or just simply winning the fight. But now, when the event is over, now you got this ticket seller walking around like he the best. You know, he come to the gym when he want to. He walk around like you can't teach him nothing, you know? And I blame a lot of these coaches, a lot of the trainers too. Because I know like with my Team Heat, and like I said, I came up with Bozy and them guys. Now, we was taught to remain humble. And even to the day, like when I teach my guys, all of my guys are humble. And we know that boxing is a short window. So we take full advantage of opportunities when they're, presented in front of us. When we get the win, we right back in the gym. I love it so much that I gotta kind of force my guys to talk sometimes because they just so humble, And when you got these ticket sellers, man, they're not doing it for promotions. Like, they really walk around like they the best yet, You got these young, even like, young guys who come up in the pros. They looking at Floyd Mayweather. They looking at Gervonta Davis, and they trying to be that. Like, dude, you're not even an open class fighter. You don't even got 10 novice, and that's for beginners novice. You don't even got 10 novice amateur fights under your belt. But yet you walk around all cocky. Now remember, there's a difference between being cocky and being confident. There's a big difference. And y'all know, man, the loudest one that's in the room is normally the weakest. I've seen a lot of fighters that started their career off undefeated because, like I say, they got spoon-fed to guys who they were supposed to beat. But then when they get lined up with a half-decent fighter, they get upset, or if they happen to get a win, they'll get a split decision win on their, in their own hometown. And us fighters, people that, been in the game, we know that if you happen to get a split decision or like a majority decision win in your hometown, most likely that other fighter got robbed. You know what I mean? Most likely. And I just know a lot of these guys, man, they walk around so arrogant and so cocky, like they the best, but they didn't prove themselves yet. And the reason why I make this video, because I know I got a lot of young fighters on my channel, And I just want to remind y'all, man, to stay humble, man. Stay humble. Stay humble in this game. A lot of times, you don't know, who you are really until you get put to the test. And in boxing, a lot of times, when you're young, undefeated, say you get 10-0 in the pros, okay? Now, we know that numbers sell in boxing. Now, most of the people that order these pay-per-view fights, or they tune into the big fights that come on PBC, Top Rank, Golden Boy, when these big fights come on, normally the people that don't learn about boxing, they just looking at the number. They looking at, oh, he's 20-0. He got 20 wins. He got no losses. That's all they see. But then us fighters, we know when we see a fighter that's undefeated, first thing we do, we go on BoxRec. We go see who he fought. And then we see that, oh, he's 20-0. Oh, he beat up a 0-10 dude. Oh, he beat up a 0-9 dude. Oh, he beat up a 2-12 guy. And his record will look like that all the way up to his 20th pro fight. But then when they put him on TV to promote him even more, he's 20-0. They'll put him against another guy, let's say 15-0 or 15-1. And then when you go look at this guy that's 15-0 or 15-1, you'll look at him and see that, oh, he was brought up in the Midwest. And like I say, it's not a shout, not no rock stone against the Midwest, but we just know that, normally like down south in the Midwest region, you got like a lot of guys who got pretty records, but they didn't fight nobody because boxing's not, real big down there. You got some good guys that come from that region, but the majority of good fighters come from here on the East Coast or the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Or, and over like the north, like up north more, And so the people that really don't know much about boxing, all they doing is looking at the numbers. They're not looking at the fighters. They're just looking at the numbers. And unfortunately, the undefeated guy, the ticket seller, he's really thinking that he's him. He's really thinking that he's really that guy when he's really not. And personally, me, I don't like being around arrogance, man. I can't stand arrogant guys, man. I can't, I like rooting for the underdog, man. In some cases, because I know underdogs, man, they got something to fight for. And you never know what somebody is going through. You might find somebody with an upside down record. Or you might find somebody with a 10 wins, 10 losses record. He's a really good fighter, Unfortunately, he wasn't brought up, like being pampered in the amateurs, being groomed by, managing the game since he was a young pro. Nah, he might have just came out of prison, or he might have just came into boxing because that's the only option that he had. Because where he's from, it wasn't no real opportunities there for him, you know? Mike got a late start in boxing. So he had to take some losses along the way. But for the most time, when you got these ticket sellers, guys that can sell tickets, most guys that can sell tickets are really not good fighters. And that's just the hard truth about boxing. And a lot of guys get caught up inside these numbers themselves. They like the fighter get caught up thinking that I'm him. Like nobody can beat me. And once the cameras go off, once you know you leave the venue, you know what I mean? Like that alter ego, turn that stuff off, man. Turn that stuff off, man. Like there's a way to promote yourself, but then you still gotta live real life. That's why you say, man, don't dookie where you live at, man. Meaning, like, don't walk around being all, you know, arrogant when the camera's on, you know, when the light's on, when you know, got a fight coming up. But then when you go home, you still trying to be him. Nah, man. Now you got to be husband, or you got to be dad, or you just got to be just who you are. If you're single, by yourself. You know what I mean? You just got to be you. You don't got to walk around in real life trying to be all arrogant, trying to be cocky. Nobody can't tell you nothing. You know? And now me personally as a coach, that's why I love training fighters from scratch. I love training fighters from scratch. Like right now, I don't got one fighter in my gym who came to me from another gym. All my guys that I got, I train from scratch. And I love the improvement that I see from everybody. You know? Most times when, you know, it's not for everybody. Remember, it's not for everybody, you know? But most times when you get young fighters that come from another trainer, come from another gym, they come with a mentality that you can't teach them nothing. You can't tell them nothing, you know? You know, so like recently, like, you know, I know a guy who sold like a lot of tickets and he was down with this, you know, with another team, but they had a disagreement, they had a falling out. Now the young kid can't get in fights nowhere. Because like I say, me as a coach, I always try to get people game. I never get in nobody, I never get in other fighters' ears. I never try to whisper, I never try to steal fighters. I don't gotta do that. My work ethic speaks for itself. But I just like to give game like here on YouTube. You know, I'm just giving y'all game from experience, you know? And young guys, understand this, man. Watch who you cross in this game. Watch who you talk with, just like in real life, man. Because you never know when you're going to need that same person who you done did wrong, you done dookied on this person, you done talk bad about this person, all because you can sell tickets, but now all of a sudden, whoever you were selling tickets for, they not rocking with you no more. Now that same person who you talking bad about, that's the only person that can help you out. But now, that coach, that trainer, that manager, they don't want to mess with you, man. Because you already done pissed in that bed, man. You messed that whole situation up. You had an opportunity. But you got caught up with the hype. You got caught up with the hype. Don't gas yourself up, you know? Don't gas yourself up. Let other people give you props. Let other people talk good about you, you know? So I just want to get on here and say that, man, look, you might be a good ticket seller. You might be good around your neighborhood, but just remember this, man. Boxing is a worldwide sport, literally worldwide, okay? So you gotta be bigger than your so-called neighborhood, man. Don't do people wrong in this game, because I'm telling you, boxing is a real small world, trust me. You know, and once you get that label, being a snake, being a dog, don't nobody want to rock with you, man. Nobody don't want to mess with you, man. So I'm pulling up the gym now, y'all. So y'all be good. For that video, I'm gonna get at y'all. If y'all got any questions, remember you can always hit me my email. Heatboxing79, HEATBOXING 79. The numbers 79@gmail.com. All right. And I did leave links to my Cash App and links to my Venmo in case you want to support, because I do do my own thing. I don't have any sponsorships, and I do my own thing off everything out the mud, man. You know, everything my fighters need, I pay for personally. When we go travel, you know, go to different, cities. When we go, compete, I do everything out, out my pocket. You know, so I just want to say, if you want to, donate, hey, you're more than welcome. All is appreciated, man. So y'all be good. Next video, Team Heat Boxing. Peace.